Let's see. Zamon's Experiment is solid, right? You can ramp on turn 4, you can get 1 land and 1 creature, and you can get creatures in the late game. It's not, like, exciting. I don't really want to first pick it, and I'm not really all about ramp, but it is solid. Campus Composer, also solid, right? 5 mana spells allow you to trigger your Opus, and you can only play so many 5 mana cards in your blue-red decks, so that's why cards like this are solid. Repel Calamity is pretty good removal. There's plenty of big stuff. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Hyde. Really appreciate the support. I think this is the first subscription tonight. If I missed anyone. Well, it says Storm counts at 2, so whoever I missed, thank you to you as well. But thanks, Mr. Hyde. The commons in this pack aren't particularly good. Rubble Rouser is actually really good. I take that back. Rubble Rouser is probably one of the best commons. I might take it. Do I take Repel Calamity, Campus Composer, or Rubble Rouser? I think it's between those 3. Repel is good removal. I do like red, white, and red, blue more than I like the white decks. I'm definitely willing to play the white decks. I'm just saying. So I think Rubble Rouser is a reasonable choice. Definitely wouldn't blame anybody for taking the removal spell there. No, because the Repel Calamity was just better than the white commons. Not that the white commons are bad, but you can rule them out because the white uncommon removal Repel Calamity is a better card, I think. So, okay, so anything here on Subtle Mockery. This could easily be the best common. This is like, I like that they started making the removal more efficient again so that it could compete. Like, this card trades with every 3-drop and almost every 4-drop at instant speed and gives you a Surveil 1. This is just an excellent, excellent removal spell. This is a removal spell that is going to trade up in value, because if you trade even on mana, you're still up on value almost every time. This is what, there should be, at least 1 common removal in red and black that looks like this in every set. So now we got to make a decision. Sonar is definitely better than Rubble Rouser, especially in red-blue. We're not blue or white. So we have 2 red cards that, Rubble Rouser's a little better in red-white than red-blue, but we're perfectly happy to play this in red-blue. I mean, it rummages and then adds extra mana. It's still a good card even if you're not using that mechanic. Sonar is pretty good, though. I had 2 of those in my really good Prismari deck that I got 7 wins with earlier. I mean, making treasures is really easy, and then you just have all this extra mana, and then you search for your best spell. I don't know. I mean, second Rubble Rouser would position us really well for a nice lore hold, if we see it. But the fact that we're seeing the red-blue gold card third, and we haven't seen any lore hold cards, kind of makes me want to take it. I think that's a really close pick. So in Prismari, in red-blue, I would normally take Hydro Channeler over Rubble Rouser, I think. But since we're not committed yet, I think I'd probably take the Rubble Rouser, because we can still go red-white or red-blue, right? If I was definitely Prismari, I think the pick is Hydro Channeler. But if I'm leaning Prismari but could still play Lore Hold if I start seeing Lore Hold cards, then I think the pick is Rubble Rouser. So now there's an Unsubtle Mockery 5th. There's also an Artistic Process. This card's quite good. Sometimes your opponents go wide and you get them. Sometimes you just kill a big thing. Sometimes you're way up and you just make a nice 3/3 flyer. I don't know. Is it better or worse than Unsubtle Mockery? It feels close. I mean, if I go a very controlling version of these decks, which it looks to be with Rubble Rousers and Sonar, this Artistic Process should perform pretty well. I don't know. I think it's close. I mean, Process has more upside. You can really wipe a Silver Quill or a Witherbloom's board sometimes. Unsubtle Mockery is quite good, though. Don't sleep on Surveil 1 value. This is a better hard draft, right? Where I'm not sure if I'm red-white or red-blue and I'm facing close picks between 2 cards, but I'm getting all these good cards. I think I'm going to stay red-blue because, I mean, Muse Seeker is really good in Opus, and I've got these mana accelerators so I can cast 5 mana cards and draw extra cards. But, I mean, there is now the red-white-gold common that is really good, here, late, and the white uncommon. So it looks like I can see Lorehold or Prismari. Looks like just both red decks are wide open. Well, it looks like this time we guessed right. There's got to be no Prismari player in this pod. Vibrant Outburst and Flow State and even Visionary's Dance this late. How's Flow State going to be for us? I mean, we got the Rummage, Instant, Surveil, Sorcery. This deck plays a lot of spells. Violent Outburst is probably better than Flow State. It's not constructed. They're both good, though. I would be quite happy to have either one. I think it is Outburst, but Flow State's good. It's not that hard to have an instant and a sorcery in your Prismari deck in the graveyard. It's a deck full of spells. You play high spell counts, a lot of card drawing. This seems not that good. I mean, I guess it's good for Lorehold, and I do have the 2 Rubble Rousers. But I think I'm more interested in the Hydro Chandler. Yeah, now the Chandler. Get the 2-drop. Even though we're already good on 2-drops, this is our 3rd 2-drop. But I think Chandler is probably just better than Rubble Rouser in Prismari. Rubble Rouser, of course, I mean, you can't play Chandler in a Lorehold deck, but if you could, the Rubble Rouser would still be better because it triggers all that deck's like synergy, their mechanic. Definitely could have drafted either red-blue or red-white. Don't know if I chose the better one for the seat. Both just seem open to me. I don't think I'm gonna play the Page, the Diary of Dreams. I don't think this is a good card. Like, you have to play it on 2 instead of impacting the board, or you're not gonna build it up. I mean, you could get a lot of really cheap cantrips, but that just seems like a lot of work to start a card drawing spell. I just don't think that's a good card at all. So there is a Flow State. There is a Soloist, which is good. It's very aggressive, and I find Prismari to not be very aggressive in this format. I mean, you can definitely have more or less aggressive versions, but I think this one is very controlling, right? I've got all these 1/4s and mana makers. I've already got a sweeper, so I think I want Flow State here. I think also Tackle Artist grows quite well. So I wouldn't sleep on that card if you need like a playable 4. Like, obviously it's not like awesome, but overall I think this deck just would rather have a Flow State. I do have to be careful to make sure I leave an instant sorcery in the yard with those Rubble Rousers. But I'm gonna have like extra mana. I've got 2 Rubble Rousers, Sonar, and Hydro Channeler already. So I'm looking to draw cards and spend mana. Speaking of, I don't know what I want here. I mean, the good card is Lorehold. I don't want to start planning to splash. I'm not saying it's impossible. I do have response, but probably I should just take Quick Study or Heated Argument, right? Heated Argument seems like it's going to be fine for me. I don't think it's a great card as a whole, but I do have all this mana, like I said, and I want to kill big things, and I'm going to play long games. I guess I should have been Lorehold. I'm just getting all Lorehold cards now, plus Rubble Rouser. I mean, I could take the 3rd Rubble Rouser or the Visionary's Dance. There's a good chance I could just get the Visionary's Dance back. With all this mana production, I do want cards like this. You can always pay 2 for it. But I mean, 3rd Rubble Rouser is still good. And you can always discard a Rubble Rouser to another one if you have other stuff to do. So I'm still going to take it here, I think. But it seems like Lorehold, this pack at least, is more open. Here's a Stone Glider. This card's nice, though. You could definitely take Dance there. It might have been right. I wouldn't begrudge anyone. Should I play Return the Favor? Card seems very powerful and very situational. Getting a little glutted at 3. I have 2s and 3s, which is good. Just don't know how much more I want these mascots. I feel like this card is not very good, but it could be okay for me. I don't really know what I want here. I guess if I'm going to be rampy, I'm going to want the mascot. Like, I'm going to just put it out, block, and then I'm going to have like a Rubble Rouser out, and I'm going to cast a 5-mana card, and I'm going to have 5-6 lands out, and I'm going to be happy to draw extra cards. I have Process and Heated Argument, and that's it, so I need to get 5-mana spells, but that's not usually that, well, and Sonar's wild idea, but that's not usually that hard to do, right? I think this would have made a better Lorehold deck. I think I guessed wrong, at least this pack. But remember, at the end of pack 1, that Vibrant Outburst and Flow State came like 7th pick. Look at this. What are they doing? There's just no Lorehold player in this whole pod. How is there a primary research 6th pick? So, looks like I am drafting the second best deck I can draft. Do I want Hydro Channeler or Charging Strife Knight? I haven't picked up a 2-drop in a while. I'm still on 3. It's only pack 2, but I think I would rather have Hydro Channeler. I don't think Virtuoso is very good. I'm not saying don't play it. I just don't think it's good. I like both Scatter and Deduce. I think this deck wants Deduce. Like I said, I'm going to block well. I've got all these 1/4s and 1/3s and extra mana making. I also want both Seize the Spoils and Prismari Charm. I'm not super high on the charms. I'm not saying don't play them, but I think they're more designed for constructed. Like, a lot of their abilities are not that useful. Although Prismari Charm is probably one of the better ones, I guess, because you can always just Surveil 2, draw a card. And that's almost like draw 2 in the late game, right? Just get rid of a land you don't need, Surveil it away, and then draw a card. I mean, clearly both Prismari and Lorehold are wide open. Like, most of the rest of this pod is definitely drafting green, black, and white. Like, probably there's like a blue-green player, because I've seen more red than I have blue. But I basically had near unlimited access to the Prismari gold cards and to the Lorehold cards. So instant, sorcery, we want to make sure we have a split. Instant, I don't know if I'm going to play that one. Instant, instant, sorcery, instant. So we need to pick up a few more sorceries. There's one. I like Visionary's Dance. Nothing wrong with 2 mana and, you know, discarding it if you need to. You don't really want to do that, but it's fine. And then if you can afford to play it for 7, it's a solid card. And you have all this extra mana making. Like, I have 2 Hydro Channelers, 3 Rubble Rousers. Nothing exciting for us in this pack. I might oh no, I'll take the creature land. I was going to say I might actually just take the Storm-Carved Coast. I don't think I need another Charging Strife Knight. I mean, I might play it, but it's not really great in my deck, I don't think. But yeah, the Great Hall of the Biblioplex. That lets me upgrade the land slot. I'm not splashing. I'll happily play 8 mountains, 8 islands, and Great Hall. And then I have a creature land. I have, like, enough playables for a deck already. I mean, like, I'm going to cut some of these, obviously, but, like, I would be perfectly happy to play every card here. Probably going to end up cutting Lorecasters. But, again, I have, like, kind of a controlling variant. And I've got these that make extra mana. So I'm, like, pretty happy to have Lorecaster for this deck. So the correct answer was Lorehold. This card is busted. And I saw better Lorehold stuff. But the correct answer for me right now is probably just Essence Scatter. Sky Coach is fine even if you're not 5 color. It's not hard to crew 2 and you get a land. It's like a 2-for-1. Think Scatter's probably a little better. Not sure on that pick. So which of these, like, Opus creatures do I want? I guess I'd rather pick up the 2-drop. I have like 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have 5 2-drops. My curve is good. I think I might actually rather have the extra power. I already have enough 2-drops. It's not really which one is better when it's 2 close playables like that. It's way more about like your curve and your synergies and stuff like that. And I would rather spend 6 and make 2 2-2s than spend 5 and draw 2, I think. This is going to look weird, but I think I just want sleight of hand. I mean, I could take the Tome Blast. I don't have like a ton of removal, and that is a 5-drop out of the yard. I don't think Tome Blast is very good, but given it's my first one, I think that might be the right pick. Plus, like, I can discard it to the Rubble Rouser and then get it for free. I don't really like dual tactics because it doesn't always hit well, but I do think it's better when you have all these Rubble Rousers. I guess we'll just take another Artistic Process. It's like the uncommon, flexible version of Heated Process. I like Pigment Wrangler, but I don't think I'm going to take a 5-mana creature that has to live over a spell, right? This just triggers... I know the 4/4 is good, but this just triggers my Opuses and all of that, and I don't have to rely on it living for a turn. And I kind of need the sorcery, and I kind of need the expensive spells. I think that's just a better card for me. The 4/4 is good. Of course, it would make my deck if I got it. I want this whole pack, too. Tablet, Abrade, and Zaffy. I mean, I think Zaffy's probably a little worse than it looks. It's pretty expensive. That said, I have all this ramp. Well, I guess I got it because I ran out of time thinking about it. I wasn't sure which one of those 3 I wanted. I wanted all 3. I wanted Tablet, Abrade, and Zaffy pretty badly. All 3 of those would be really nice cards for me. I think Heated Argument is worse than Scatter. I don't trigger Opus that much. I think we can just take another Scatter. Scatter's nice. Stroke, I think, is worse than Scatter, right? There aren't, like... I mean, I know there's the prepared spells, but if you scatter the creature, they just don't even get the spell. I mean, if it's sitting in play, I guess, but... We're going to have to cut a lot of cards. This is like the opposite of last draft. Red was just completely and totally open in this pod. And, like, I could have had a Prismari or a Lorehold with, like, tons of synergy, tons of uncommons. Like, this is a very good deck. Play Zaffy, then play Visionary's Dance. It's kind of nice. Okay, so we got much better stuff to do at the top end now, so we're not going to play the Lorecasters. I think that's a pretty easy cut. But overall, it's not going to be easy. We don't need to protect our creatures, that's for sure. Just cutting, like, obvious cuts, and then I'm going to drag the close ones over to the side. Expressive Fire Dancer is fine, but it's our worst 2-drop, and we have lots of 2-drops. So I think we can... pretty easily cut that. Okay, so now we're getting to, like, we still have to cut 7 more cards. So, like, 1 Visionary's Dance. Horse is, yeah, kind of mediocre in this deck. It's a good card, though. It's a 3/3 haste with Rummage Away Your Lands if you're flooded. Tackle Artist is solid, but certainly cuttable. Heated Argument's cuttable when we have 2 Artistic Processes, which is basically a better version of the same thing. Strife Scholar. Could see cutting a Mascot or a Rouser because I have like a million of them. Do I even have a cuttable 2-drop? Never Cutting Sonar, Soloist, Muse Seeker, Chandler. Basically no. 2-drops are basically uncuttable. I guess Seize the Spoils could be cuttable. I didn't mean to cut it. It's cuttable. Same thing with Quick Study. Okay, so we need to cut 7 cards. So our 2-drop slot is rock solid. but I didn't even put any 2-drops over here. A lot of these are like good later game spells and stuff, like Scatter. Like, we're not going to leave Scatter up on turn 2 if we have 5, 6 2-drops. We'll leave Scatter up later for a better creature. Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't need 4 Rubble Rousers, and I might cut like 1. But the thing is, you can always discard a Rouser to a Rouser, right? So if it's your better 3-drop, then like you don't necessarily want to cut it, because you can't really get Rouser flooded because it rummages when it comes into play, right? I think Seize the Spoils, like, instants have a lot of value for us because we have double Essence Scatter. Kind of like to leave my mana up sometimes, and Mockery. So I think Seize could be cut pretty easily. We're not splashing. I think that's a pretty easy cut. I don't think Tackle Artist is something we want. I don't want to tap out on turn 4 for that. I don't think we need the Strife Scholar to Opus, right? I got these, the Heated Argument, the Artistic Processes, and I have a lot of card drawing, so it's actually more than it looks like. And we don't have a ton of Opus. We have some, but I think I have more than enough for that. I think I kind of like the Quick Study. I don't think it's that strong a card, but it plays well with Essence Scatter. I can just leave 3 up and then Scatter or Study. Maybe I'll end up having to cut it, but I'd rather not. I kind of want to keep most of my late game. I think my deck is good at killing small creatures and putting out like 1/3s and 1/4s and accelerating. I could see cutting the Strife Knight. Is that crazy? Like, it's a 3/3 haste. It's a good card, and it rummages, but it seems like one of my weaker cards. It doesn't fit my synergies. I could cut like 1 Mascot, 1 Rouser. Like, I'd rather keep the card drawing in the late game spells, I think. Like, I just kind of want to shave my 3-drops. Something like that. I'm not sure if that's optimal. It just, like, kind of feels right to me. Yeah, I'm not actually sure Zaffy was the right pick. I think there was a decent chance I was going to take the Mana Rock. I like that card a lot. Add 2 red for your instants and sorceries to cast like these Visionaries dances. I think that could easily be better than Zaffy. I was like thinking it through and ran out of time, and it gave me the rare. I mean, we can play Visionaries Dance or Process off Zaffy. I mean, heated argument. I could cut it. You think Zaffy should be cut? I do have treasure making. Like, I have Sonner to make treasures, and then I have all these Rabble Rousers that add mana. I think Zaffy's good, like, enough. I think it was probably right to take the 3-mana Mana Rock or a Braid maybe over it, but I do think we want to play it. I don't know. What should my last cut be? It's hard. I could cut a 2-mana spell if I want to. I don't know if there's any that are cuttable, really. I don't really want to cut Tome Blast because I can just discard it to the Rousers, so the flashback makes it pretty strong. Could cut Quick Study. I just feel like I'm going to leave my mana up for Scatter and Mockery, and then I can Quick Study if they don't do anything. You want to cut the 1/3 reach? I mean, it just pings them for free a lot, and it's like an okay blocker for 2 mana. But my deck is very not aggressive. I guess I could cut that. All right, multiple people are saying the 1/3 reach. I'm down. My deck's not aggressive. The thing is, it's like a decent blocker, and you just get in free damage, too. But I don't think there's a lot of small flyers or anything to worry about. I think it'll be okay. We don't want to play 2/2s. I forgot I have 2 copies of the deal 2 to all creatures. Do I have any, like, 2 toughness stuff that that isn't exceptional? I don't think I really do, though, right? Like, obviously, I'm not cutting, like, Opus Mage or whatever that thing is called. But if I had any mediocre 2 toughness creatures at all, those should be cut. Guess we'll Channeler first, and then if we don't draw the land, we can deduce using the Channeler to cast it. Okay, we drew the land, that's better. So now I can spend 4 mana by casting Deduce and sacking the Clue, or I could play the Rebel Rouser, which makes extra mana. I think I'd rather just spend all the mana, right? Can Rebel Rouser next turn. Not like in a rush accelerating it too much here for now. Happy to just quietly go up cards, right? Not a lot going on. I don't think I want to make a 3/3 flyer yet. I mean, I could, but they might just last gasp it. That just feels like a waste of the card right now. Like, they left 2 mana up, they're not doing anything. There's a decent chance they have a last gasp in hand. I think I just attack, probably. Maybe not even, because I can Violent Outburst into their turn to kill a 3-drop. I think I'm going to just play... Plus, like, they might have the Destroy a Tap creature, which obviously I don't care if they use that on Hydro Channeler, but I just see no reason to, like, basically give them the kill right now. So I'm just going to hang out. And this means I can cast Vibrant Outburst here end of turn. So that's kind of nice. All right. Just going to play another Rouser, discard the island, and then attack them. I'm just going to ping them to death with all of my value creatures. Nothing wrong with that at all. Remember, these discarded lands, and this added mana a couple times already. We drew an extra card off the Deuce. This is what control decks do sometimes if your opponents don't put out threats. So I'm perfectly happy to kill that, but I kind of want the mascot out first so that I can trigger the Opus, right? This turn I have... Oh, I have 8 mana. I can just do both. Incredible. Till the end of your next turn, right? Okay. We are doing it. Oh, wait. Do I have... Yeah, I have a bunch of like lands I can remove. Look at this. We're making 8 mana and we're drawing extra cards. I think this is just like Richard Garfield intended, as the kids say. Not the card we wanted to hit. Total waste of an Essence Scatter, but you know. I guess that's what I get for bragging about drawing extra cards. I get a card I can't possibly play. Probably not, Maddie. I'm so old, the kids to me are like the 30-year-olds at this point. Like, call me Grandpa Ben. All right, well, that looks good. Which one do we want to remove? Does it even matter? We need instants and sorceries in the yard. Like, we don't buy them back. I cut the 4/4s that do that. But we do have a flow state. So we do want to have both instants and sorceries in the yard. Whoa. Just when you think you're going to win, they always find a way. What is this? So destroying my flyers and bringing back their 2 permanents. This card is incredible. Oh, we've got a game. So what should I do? I'm pretty far ahead, so I could make the 3/3 flyer to try and race. Like, this can go 4 to the face, and these can ping. I'm also fairly stable if I just, like, kill the old growth educator. I think a 3/3 haste looks good, right? You want to kill the 4/4? Oh, it has reach. Yeah. So I have to kill the 4/4. So we should just double tome blast the 4/4, and then we can decide on the process next turn. Sorcery, sorcery instant, so gotta get rid of a sorcery. They are committed to education. I respect it. Okay, that's fine. That 1/4 wasn't doing too much for us. So if they use the removal on the 1/4, I do have to think there's a reasonable chance they have another removal. Not definitely, but they certainly could. So I kind of think I want to kill the 4/4 with the process. I'm just going to attack them for 2, I think, because I'm up in life. That's pretty annoying. I have to exile that. I can't kill it. And that completely swings the race. It has vigilance. So I can't block it or kill it. I knew they had another removal. I can still read my opponent's hand from their plays. I don't think I'm going to win, but that's a different issue. I mean, they did play this, like, totally insane card. Can't do much. I'm just going to have to take 4 a turn and hope I draw some card drawing or some of my rares. I mean, it's an empty board. I could draw the 5/7. I could draw make 2 3/3 flyers. I could draw any card drawing spell. I've got a lot of decent draws here. I don't think they meant to attack with that 2/3. Why can't I block? Okay. I was like, I know it has menace. That's why I activated it. I'm trying to double block it. That said, that doesn't really change the board. That's a good draw. So now I can play it and then go get whatever the best instant sorcerer I have, probably make 2 3/3 flyers or something. So we got Visionary's Dance. We could get Flow State. This looks at 3 and we get to choose 2 of them. So I think those are the choices, right? We can get the best of... we just got to take 2 3/3 flyers, right? Flow State is cute because, like, we might get something like Dance and something. But, like, they're at 12. 2 3/3 flyers should win the game. It would be way too greedy to not take Dance, right? Probably start blocking it, but certainly I'll take 1 more hit. All right, so there's no reason to tap and make a treasure. I think Sonar is the first chump blocker. It doesn't have any power. I think now is the time to block because we don't want to accidentally get into lethal range. So, you know, 7 is pretty safe, but I don't want to go to 3. Greed is good, but also taking wins where you can get them is good. So that's going to give them some pests to at least throw at me and gain some life. They've got a pretty big graveyard. I don't know how many creatures are dead. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not going to be able to kill them in 2 anymore. It's not going to be that clean. think maybe now is a good time to just double block that with the 2-4 and the 1-3. Like, I guess they kind of realized that, decided not to attack. Because, like, they wouldn't be able to play it again anytime soon. I mean, this turn anyway. Next turn they could. Sorry, Dylan. Hopefully next time. It's a good card. Well, they are going to actually gain 2 with their pass. I'm going to eat the pass, so it's not that big of a deal, but they're going to get to Sign in Blood once. It's a pretty cool game. No idea if I'm going to win or lose. Love a 50-50 game on turn, 12 or whatever. Well, I don't love it, but I think double block is better than chump block. They can put it back in their hand, but they can't cast it, so it'll buy me 2 turns. So no help. I guess flow state was the right answer. So if I attack for 3, then they have to throw away 1 pest to gain 2 and activate this. If I don't attack, because they can hit me with the silver tongue, if I don't attack, then they have to throw away 2 pests. So I think I should just chill. They were empty-handed like 2 turns ago. What happened here? This game went downhill fast. Yeah, I mean, I didn't draw my cards in a great order. I had a lot of spells early, and now I'm drawing all lands, and they did the opposite. Plus played that incredible black rare, this thing. But I had a lot of choices. Did they gain life already? They really didn't. Oh, they gained 1 from this card. Okay. I was like, you would certainly throw away a pest to be able to draw 2 cards. But they already gained 1 from their removal spell. It's a big body to gum up the ground, at least. I'm not even sure how I'm going to win. Like, even if I can win, like, I don't have much left. You only have to throw away 1 pest. Your dude has lifelink. Good realize. Like, I'm playing all this ammo, all this firepower, but 4 3/3 flyers were not enough. I guess we just zero that. I don't think I have that many expensive spells left anyway. Alright, let's see what we get. Not horrible. I can kill the flyer. I don't need to make treasures. I'd rather have the blocker up. So I think we're just chilling for now. Definitely have to let them do it on their turn because they're going to attack with a pest at least to get the 2nd life if they want to Sign in Blood. So we're certainly not going to Unsettle Mockery to play around something on my turn. Better to eat a pest. Okay, not going great, but assuming we're going to kill the flyer, because we're only letting 1 power creatures through, and then they're not going to be able to sign in blood. If they have anything, I think we're going to lose. But if they have nothing, this could still be okay. So what are our blocks like? We want to kill this. And then 0-4, no, 1-3, no, because 0-4 is not killing anything. I'd rather put the 0-4 on the 4-3. And then we just line up the eat on the pests. And then, yeah. They're doing something. That's not good. Get +1/+0, and when this creature dies, draw a card. So all their creatures are basically getting +1/+0. So is that killing me? Actually, that's 1 short. It's not actually changing much. And when this creature dies, draw a card. So I want to kill it in response. Oh, but they're going to draw like 80 cards when all these pests die, so that's bad. But I don't really have any choices, so I'm going to go to 1, assuming they don't have another trick to play. That actually didn't change any of the combat. All of my creatures had an extra toughness. But they're going to draw 3 cards, so that's kind of bad. But this isn't over. I mean, I don't know what they're going to draw. I've got a scatter for a creature. I'm up on board now. I got rid of the Lewin. 4 cards, sorry. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to win. I'm certainly an underdog. They just drew 4 cards. But if those were like, 3 lands and a creature, and I scatter the creature, I mean, my board's a lot better than theirs, even though I'm at 1. Target opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. That's not the card we wanted to see when we were at 1. Boo! Boo! Man, even when they drew the 4, I didn't think I was in that bad a shape there. Like, obviously I could win, I could lose, but, like, I have a scatter for any good creature, and I had, like, the 5, 7, and 4 creatures to their, 3 or 5, 4 creatures to their 3 and a scatter in hand, like, surveilled a land of the yard with the mockery. I thought, like, it was still pretty 50-50, even though I was at 1. But, obviously, they had the deal 1, so good beats. Thanks, Daru. Okay, nothing to do but deduce. I need to grab some more water. They can know I have deduce. Let's see. Looks like we can Rubble Rouser and just discard a land. Pretty safe. I'm sure I'll never draw another land, but I could discard Tome Blast. It's pretty close. I do have 2 5s. But Rubble Rouser makes mana, and I have a clue in play. So I think probably I should just discard a land. Yeah, it wouldn't have been terrible to discard Blast by any means. Like, it always feels sweet. But that said, like, I had 4 lands, plus Rouser adds mana, plus a clue token. So, like, that seemed right. Alright, so Tome Blast that. No real decisions, I don't think. Will look like we have a Scatter in hand, but really we just have a clue and a Prismari Charm. Sack the clue over the charm. Even though the charm digs a little better, we might want to use it for one of its other modes. So what are they going to do? Like the 3/3 flyer and surveil 2 probably? And then I can bounce and kill the token. So I guess I just want to attack. There's not really any reason to miss damage. This isn't being very mana efficient of me, but I guess I can Prismari Charm. Oh no, I'm going to use it to bounce a token. Well, I mean, the thing is, Charm is never exciting, and I want to be clear. All 5 Charms are probably worse in Limited than you think they are, right? They're like, flexibility is cool, but their abilities are not that great. But the other side of the coin with Prismari Charm is like, Surveil 2 and then draw a card is like, fine. You know what I mean? Like, you can just do that. So, that's why Prismari Charm is like, solid, because like, pay 2 for Surveil 2, draw a card at instant speed is totally fine. So I don't want to deal 1 to the tester. I'll probably end up tone blasting it here. So I mean, this looks like I can just heated argument the Fire Slinger. I'm not like worried about it. I have 2 artistic processes in my hand. Just keep the grind going. What is this card? When it attacks, you can cast an instant or sorcery. We can't let them do this. So I guess I have to deal at 7. So I have to Prismari Charm it and Artistic Process it. Not great, but that's okay. I have plenty of spells in hand. So first I'm going to attack, I think, because if they block, then I can basically lose the Rouser instead of the Charm. And I think Surveil to draw a card is about as good as the Rouser right now. And also I could play Sonar this turn if they block. So I think the right play is going to be to attack first. They probably won't block. They know there's deal 6s. But I'd be happy if they blocked. And if not, then whatever. And then we go about our business. Sometimes you have to 2-for-1 yourself. I mean, I can play Sonar and then tutor up, make 2 3/3 flyers immediately. So if they don't have a counter for Sonar, I've got some ammo. Yeah, it could be right to save Sonar to immediately cast a spell, Maddie. That's a good point. Definitely what we're going to do now. Well, okay, next turn. Now I'm just going to make 2 3/3 flyers. Congrats, Simply Spyro. Glad it worked out for you. The grind never ends. I, too, have more 3/3 flyers. Me and the opponent basically just have the same deck. Like, some different cards, but same power level. Our decks just do the same thing. I mean, if they don't have, like, some incredible finisher, I might be able to deck them. They're down to 11 cards, and I'm still at 20. I think they may have realized that, which might be why they're getting aggressive, but... Got the 0-4 to block the 3/3, so, I mean, this is a fairly comfortable race, right? I guess I maybe should have just played the 3/3 flyer, but, I don't know, probably... better to kill theirs. Like, if I play it and they end up just trading all the same, then I got in 3 extra damage, so that could definitely be better. But they could also, like, enhance theirs or something. I'm not sure which play was right there. Depends on all the cards in the format. So do we want to mockery their rummage, dude? I mean, decking them is very real. How many lands do they have left? 11, 12, 13, 14. They have 9 cards left in their deck. I think I'd rather just deal with threats and let them rummage. And that's the threat we wanted to deal with. Start by drawing 2, of course, see what we get. And that means they're dead. This goes to any target. This does not fly. Good stuff. 2 very fun games. My deck could have used some of that good uncommon card drawing. Like, I got all these artistic processes, and, like, this card is a little underwhelming. Optionality is just not that good. Like, look, obviously, I'm not saying this isn't a good card. Like, sometimes a 3/3 flyer is what you need, and it wins a race. Sometimes you're going to 2 or 3 for 1 them with the deal 2 to everything, and sometimes you just kill a big creature, and that's fine, right? Like, obviously, it's like, you know, you're not going to be happy at all the first pick, but it's like a good, you know, 4th, 5th pick for a blue-red deck. But it also just, you know, a lot of games just like 1-for-1s. It's just not that good of a card to close with. What do we want to get going first? I guess Sonar's better later. Hydro Channeler has a power. Muse is better later. I think that's probably the one to put out now. Next turn, Rubble Rouser. This is bad. My opponent's playing Constructed here. I'm dead. I can maybe Artistic Process away the Loafing Pest next turn if they only gain 1. If they gain 2, then, like, I guess I can bounce it. This is bad. So I think what do I want to do? I can play Muse Seeker, and then I can charm the black when they go to gain life. And then maybe they can replay the black. If they gain the 1 and don't play anything pre-combat, I can just, like, let the black grow and bounce it in a turn and take the hit. So I think now what I want to do is play Sonar or Muse Seeker. Probably Sonar. And then I can Prismari Charm the black. And then they're going to replay it after that. And then I should be able to kill it the turn after that. So, I mean, I have the Prismari Charm bounce coming through here. Yeah, no double red. I screwed this up. Sorry. That's bad. I could have just played the Muse Seeker. It wasn't even a big difference. Yeah, that was bad. If I go on to lose a close game, it will be because of that. It will be my fault. All right, well, Same thing as last turn, only we'll play correctly. That sucks. I'm sorry, y'all. That was a bad punt on my part. Because if I bounced it there and then on tap this turn with it gone, I could have quick studied and then still played Muse probably, and then I have the process for it. This was like a tight, winnable game. Taking that hit, I'm probably just going to lose now. I think it would have been a close game and very winnable. I think if not for that punt, this was definitely a winnable game. All right, what are we discarding? I'm playing an instant, but I can't discard my sorcery. So it's Rubble Rouser or Quick Study. Probably Quick Study. I might need the 1/4, right? So I can let them attack, right? And then with the 1 life trigger on the stack, I can bounce it. Not that this super matters. Well, now we'll discard a Rubble Rouser. Yeah, no, I definitely think this could have been winnable. I mean, I'm not conceding from here, but now it's going to be very hard. But if not for that punt, I definitely think this was a winnable game. All right, so now I could flow state for 1 and try and find a scatter. Or I can Rubble Rouser. I won't really have a block on the 4/4. But then the next turn I can process away this. I do have 2 scatters, and I would see 4 cards. I get the 1 rummage here. And go for that. Yeah, I could discard the process, I guess. And then I get both halves on flow state. Yeah, I'm greedy. I have another process and a heated argument. Hopefully, I find the scatter I'm looking for. But if not, I have to assume I can probably... I can probably find another deal 6. Because I have a second heated argument. I mean, I have a heated argument and a second artistic process, and I have 2 essence scatters. So I was hoping to find some of that. Yeah, now I'm just in terrible shape, obviously. But if I scattered this, this was still winnable. And if I would have been a turn ahead here, I'd probably... Well, I shouldn't say probably. It would have won, but it would have been a good game. Now I don't think I have outs. I'm going to need the mana. Because this thing has menace. Like, I have outs to the black, but I don't know if I have outs overall. Ah, that would have been fun. Sorry about the mistake. That would have been fun. I don't know if I would have won or lost, but I definitely could have. Because then I save all that life, they replay it. I can heated argument it. I have the Opus creature out. Like, well, they might have killed the Opus creature, but it definitely would have just been like a close game. I don't know if I would have won or lost. Alright, I don't think we need to kill that. We've got a 1/4 that's going to block it next turn. See if they play something better. Take the hit. They did not. I'm still not going to kill it. I might get to artistic process it and something else, dealing 2 to everything. That I'll deal 3 to, happily. Sky Coach Conductor is such a nice sneaky card. All right, so no real choices. Well, except if I wanted to save a hit, potentially, I guess I could wait. No, this thing bounces things. I mean, it doesn't bounce Blink itself, but I'm just going to kill that now while they're tapped. The 1/3 theoretically stops the 2/1. If they play like a spell, I could tap the Virtuoso and save 3 damage, but that just seems very risky. Hopefully they'll just play a 2 toughness creature and pass the turn. So we have an instant in the yard, so we're looking to put a sorcery there. If I didn't draw Flow State, I don't think I would play the Artistic Process here. But I think since I did, I just kind of want a sorcery in my yard so I can play this. So I think I'm not going to be greedier. I'm just going to deal 2 to everything. Hopefully they don't have Quandrix Charm. It's an uncommon. If they do, it's fine. I'm not like the most worried about killing the creatures in play. That's part of why I'm playing it. Obviously, I want it to resolve. But again, the point of Magic is not just to get a 2-for-1. These 2 creatures are not doing very much. What I really want to do is just cast this and keep developing. I wasn't expecting Spell Pierce, but I mean, I'm a deck full of expensive spells. Like that's gonna counter something. Hopefully we can find the second copy of it. Get them good. Okay, so we have 7, but not 7 for Zaffy. We have 6 for Zaffy. So we could Visionary's Dance here. That looks pretty good. But we could also play it for free off Zaffy next turn. So that's probably better. So I think we should just start with Flow State. Flow State's going to get us 2 cards. And now we can cast like both of these. Rouser makes mana for creatures, right? Oh no, we don't have double blue. Okay, so I can cast 1 and I still have Mockery up. Should I Mockery the 2/1 now? Nah, who cares if they draw 2. Then they'll be tapped out and I can go Zaffy into Visionary's Dance and the game's pretty much over. I guess they're going to draw 3. They have Muse Seeker. And it's close. I mean, I guess I have a lot of removal in my deck, so I don't really need to hold on to the Mockery. And I'm pretty happy to rummage away the Hydro Channeler with the Muse Seeker. So I guess that's a reasonable argument for doing it. Like, I kind of just like all the rummage and surveil I'm doing here. Right? Like this Hydro Channeler, I'm happy to rummage that away. Happy to surveil that away and just keep digging to my card drawing and power cards at this point in the game now that I've gummed up the board. That said, I threw away all the lands, so now I don't have Zaffy into Visionary's Dance unless I top deck a land. All right, but we did, so let's do it. It's too sweet of a play to not be correct, right? Good turn. So, okay, we can play that, and we can play the 5 mana card. Oh, we can play the 5 mana card for free, right? And then we can play... Wait, you know what we should do? We can pay 5 for the 5 mana card, right? And then we can play the 7 mana card for free. I mean, they're probably going to have something. They have 3 cards in hand and 4 lands up, but I'm down to see what. We've got plenty of ammo. We've got another rummage. Like, I'm not that worried. We're also like pretty far up on board too. I guess maybe I should have attacked first. So like the flyers can attack. The 5/7 would still trade with like 2 of their creatures. I'm fine with that. I probably should have attacked first, but I'm definitely fine with killing their flyer and their... Do I want this Virtuoso? No, I'd rather just kill the Muse Seeker, right? Even though Zaffy is like a big scary card, like at this point, like that seems good for me. I'm not going to play the Rouser because it has Rummage, so I'd rather hold on to that and get rid of the next land I draw. I do have a graveyard full of cards now, so I'll start pinging them every turn with the Rouser. So they need to answer these flyers immediately or they're on like a very short clock. Yes. Free is from your hand. Doesn't work with prepare. Good point. Okay. I mean, I'm going to save Heated Argument for a reach or flyer. I'm not going to kill Virtuoso to deal them a couple of points. Now that they're tapping out doing that, maybe change my mind. Because I'll draw a card off Muse Seeker. And so I'm going to get a card off Muse Seeker. If I get lands, I can rummage them away. Yeah, I'm going to be aggro. So we'll definitely remove some creature. And then I cannot cast Mascot right now. So we'll just be down. Okay, I don't have anything I want to rummage away, so it looks like I'll just attack, play Mascot, and scatter. Am I worried about anything flash-wise? There's the 5-mana blue card that makes a 3/3 flyer. I can't scatter that, so that'd be kind of bad for me. I can just be a coward for one turn. Like, if they're not holding anything, they can't win, right? I can ping them with the Rouser anyway. Like, I can miss 2 points of damage. Oops. Because, like, I know they probably don't have it, but if they eat these creatures, this becomes a winnable game for them, maybe. Like, probably not, but maybe. I'm in such a good position that, like, I think it's okay to be a coward, right? Play to win until you're winning, and then play to not lose. Okay, well, if they had it, I think they would have done it last turn. So now I am going to just swing out. Also, now they just need to trade 3/3 flyer for my 3/3 flyer if they have it. They don't even have the luxury of eating a 1/3 anymore, I don't think. Whereas last turn, of course, they would have ate like the 1/2 for free if they had that card. This turn, I mean, I don't even think they could do that. They weren't messing around with the counter spells. They countered like, what, 4 spells that game? Yeah, counterspells are a lot better when you're ahead than behind. Like, the nice thing about a counterspell is, like, it's kind of like fits any spot on your curve because you'd rather counter bigger, better things. So let's say your hand is like 2-drop, 3-drop, no 4-drop, 5-drop. Then you cast your 2-drop, you cast your 3-drop, then you leave your counter up on turn 4. But let's say, on the other hand, your hand is like 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, Essence Scatter. Then you can use your counterspell on turn 2. So the nice thing about counters is they're flexible like that. But when you're like really far behind, you just have to counter anything, and you don't get to get a good card necessarily, and then they're pretty bad. I think this deck really needed a little bit more card drawing. Not like a lot, but just like a little bit. So which 2-drop do we play here? I think we should pretty much always start with the Channeler. I can get the Muse out and play maybe an instant that turn. So if we Rubble Rouser, we're up to 5 lands. I mean, these games have been such a grind fest. Like, I don't know. I mean, do I discard a Visionary's Dance? Do I hold them both? I mean, I'm already at 5 mana production here on turn 3. I don't really have much to discard, like, and I do want to discard something, be it second Visionary's Dance, Muse Seeker, or on Subtle Mockery, because I need to try and get up to 7. Yeah, this format's, like, not very aggressive, as I've been saying. So stuff like 5 mana draw 2 is not as bad as it looks. It's pretty obvious, like, why the format's not that aggressive, because the main mechanic is prepared, and so since you get this back half spell, the creature themselves are smaller than we're used to for the mana cost. They're just as powerful because they come with a spell equipped, but they don't hit as hard in the early turns. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm going to discard the second dance. This could definitely be wrong. Yes, should be attacking. I mean, there's definitely some firefights, blue-red versus blue-red. I could totally want that second dance, but Muse Seeker's pretty good too. So I'm not really sure what I was supposed to discard there. I could discard nothing, but that wouldn't be right because I need lands to cast the dances. My hands have been a little bit awkward. Like, I'm drawing, like, my late game cards early, my early game cards late, etc., etc. All right, so what do we want to do? I mean, I could just play Rabble Rouser, discard, like, Muse Seeker, and pass the turn. They might counter the Rubble Rouser anyway. Muse Seeker's a pretty good card. Like, it feels weird discarding it. But I think it has to be correct. I'm working my way towards the 7. I've got Scatter up. A very well hidden Scatter. Now, if we draw a land, we can cast our Visionary's Dance here. That'll be sweet. Never lucky. All right, so I guess I'll kill their creature. I don't love it. Just going to top that, right? I want one more land for next turn. Actually, I'm not going to be able to make enough mana, I think. I think I have to get rid of that. We want an instant and a sorcery in the yard. In case we draw flow state. The opponent's just like, I have removal. You want me to kill one of these creatures? Your creatures are so embarrassing. I'm like, hey, that's the strategy, right? Put out a bunch of small comparable creatures. Okay, so I guess let's start with Deduce. So now I've got my 7 for next turn. So I don't really know what to do here. I tapped the Chandler because I wasn't going to attack with it because they might have the flash 3/3 flyer that I constantly live in fear of. But I guess I just attack with all my creatures here, right? That makes sense. The chat can hear the plates clinking. My girlfriend just came home. She's making dinner. So, I mean, the main common counter is Essence Scatter. I don't know if I want to just slam my 7 mana card or not. Like, do we think they're going to have a counter? They could just have, like, Homeschooled or whatever, which will let them tap it down for a turn, but, I mean, that's not a big deal. I'm not going to feel great if they counter it here, though. Yeah, they probably don't have a counter, right? Essence Scatter is the common, so we're talking about uncommons and rares. And the 7 mana card is kind of awkward holding. I need to leave 1 instant, 1 sorcery, so we'll get rid of that. And the creature. I think it's like probably 60s to 70% it will resolve. Like, it wouldn't shock me if it got countered, but I think it's a favorite to resolve. Okay, so now I can bounce that to kill it. So I guess let's just go to combat. I'm going to attack with these. I'm going to attempt to bounce that. I don't really see any reason not to do this. I guess they could have like some kind of +0/+3 and hexproof, but I don't think they're going to play that card. Like whatever that trick is, like that doesn't make sense in their deck. Okay, it's going to be pretty hard unless they have like the deal 4 to everything to come back from this. I can just ping them out and attack them, whatever. Like even if they dealt with the 3/3 flyer, I'd put them to 6. They're in like ping out range. See if we can do better than the last draft. We went 3-3 in the last one. Devil's Avocado. I like that name. Okay, this hand looks solid. Finally, we drew our early game stuff early. Is that the thing that gets prepared? Yeah, that card's pretty nice. But, I mean, I don't have to kill it yet. They can't prepare it and play it. So the question is, do I want to kill it? Because, I mean, I'm not going to do better, really, with Violent Outburst than that card. The only question is the sequencing. I mean, I want to play Rubble Rouser next turn, I think. So, yeah, I guess it just makes sense to just kill it. The Loot is awesome, Embor. The Loot is a really good card. Maybe I should have saved the removal. What's this card? 2/1 Flying Haste. Discard a card, it gets lifelink. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, it gets bigger. Fantastic. Okay, for now, we have an instant in the yard. So I think Rubble Rouser, discard Heated Argument so that we can then flow state. This seems fine, and we have the deal 2 to everything. Hopefully they'll put out a second target that we can kill with that. But in the meantime, what am I saying? Heated Argument's an instant. I needed to discard Artistic Process, not Heated Argument. Granted, I didn't want to discard that because red-white has plenty of small creatures, but I should have thought more about what I'm doing. Okay, so another Rubble Rouser. What do we want to discard? What do we want to do? I mean, if no cards leave their yard next turn, I could Prismari Charm it. So I could get rid of the Artistic Process. I don't really want to, though. They might play another 2 toughness creature. I might get to kill them both. I definitely want the land. I mean, I don't have to rummage. My hand, like, I could just keep all of it. I can't play Muse Seeker until... no, I can. It's 2 creatures you don't control. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I could play Rubble Rouser and discard Prismari Charm. That's going to give away to them that I have something. But I mean, that's probably the weakest card in my hand. And I wouldn't hate hitting a land drop right now. Not going well. They just keep killing all my stuff and I can't find lands. Like, this is like turn a million. Okay, well, that's decent at least. Puts a sorcery in my yard, and hopefully I can get a land in 2, and then I can flow state. So hopefully I can dig my way out of this now. Sucks to see Sonar go. It's a great card, but that was a pretty smooth turn, right? And now I can take this and this. And at least we're set up for next turn. If they grow it, I can 6 it. If they play a small creature, then I can kill both. That would be awesome if that happens. You got another one? Why not 3? That would have been too greedy. Still good, though. Now we're going to clear their board, and we're up some cards. Life is good. Can they do anything for 1 red? I don't think so. I guess, like, Monstrous Rage would have totally owned me. Okay, this turn, we just want to play our creatures, right? Because we want these both in play when I cast the next Artistic Process. Slightly less mana efficient than Muse Seeker, Deduce, Rummage Away the Mountain, and Sack the Clue. But then I would miss getting a card off the mascot when I cast the process. So I think we just cast our creatures. The Devil's Avocado gets to kill creatures too, apparently. Oh, that card is so annoying. This Dromedary is like so much better than it looks. It is such a pain. Like, it's a grindy format. You can just rummage it away and buy it back and rummage it away and then cast it. It's like, how do I deal with that? So I have 7 mana. So I guess for now I'll start with Deduce because I can rummage away a mountain. Oh, that's big enough to block it next turn. I guess I'm just going to Mockery it. I don't love it, but I need land 7 for the Zaffi. So let's sack the Clue. And then we'll play a land and we'll Mockery it on their turn, I guess. Make them use an extra 2 mana. Or I could do it now and hit them for 1. Seems better to make them use an extra 2 mana. I'm not going to go down to 1. I could just get pinged or whatever, so I'm just going to Mockery that. I'm doing this before blockers because if they have like a pump spell, then I need to block. What if they have a bounce my spell? I already have 7 lands in play, so I can definitely discard the mountain. Do I go to 1 or do I block with the Muse Seeker? I have a handful of spells. I'm going to throw away the Muse Seeker. If my hand was like, you know, Zaffy, but like 3 lands, I probably would just go to 1. But given my hand is all spells, I think it's probably correct to just throw that away. We got our combo, the point of our deck. Oh, can only buy back as a sorcery. Right. So they can't use the 2 mana on my turn. Good call, chat. Okay, what do we want to do? I don't really see a reason not to get aggro. Unless they're going to have a sweeper, they're going to be dead, right? So, like, let's start by casting Mockery. I don't want to play it for 0, though. I don't know if I have the option. I know I do. Like, this is you may. But is Arena going to give me the option when I grab it? I don't want to play this card for 0. It doesn't matter. I have 7 anyway, so I can do 5. So I'll see if I'll learn. Okay, it gave me the option. That's good. So we'll deal 4 to the 4/3. Well, we didn't think Zaffy was bad. We just thought we should have took the Mana Rock, the one that gives you a card when you play it and adds 2 mana for all instants and sorceries. Think about how I've just gotten a 7 to cast Visionary's Dance like every game. Imagine if I had a 3 mana artifact that tapped to add 2 red. Like I would have been Visionary's Dancing 2 turns earlier. But yeah, Zaffy's good. I think you should play Zaffy in your blue-red decks. But I don't think it's better necessarily than the Mana Rock. I wonder what they have. Well, we don't need that. Just going to go ahead and make a 3/3 haste. Next turn, I can even activate the Manland. Tome Blast goes to the face. So, should be able to close out pretty quickly here. Like, even if they have the removal here, like, which I don't think they have, because, like, if they could kill Zaffy, they should have done it on their turn. Like, it's not like you need to pay 2 instead of 5 and get it while it's tapped. And I have Scatter, so, I mean, not even, like, afraid of big haste creature or anything. Thanks to everybody who tuned in tonight. Appreciate it. I know it's been a few weeks since I took Turtles off. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, feel free to spit them in the chat. I always appreciate it. I'm not going to flow state. I'm greedy. Plus, like, I'll probably... My whole hand is instants and sorceries. I don't even think I'm going to discard this, but I might. What is the best house? So are we talking Harry Potter, not Secrets of Strixhaven? What is the meaning of life? I actually think the meaning of life is kind of like purpose, like agency, like stuff like that. Like to, because while you're alive, you get to direct, you get to change the outside world and impact things. So I think that's the meaning of life. I know that's broad, but, the meaning of life has to be broad. It's not going to be, to eat a 16-ounce T-bone or whatever. Okay, I'm not countering that. The question is, I don't have a counter. The question is, do I discard Visionary's Dance? I don't think I do. But it puts the sorcery in the yard, and I have the instant. But, like, I have the sorcery for turn 5, and I'm not in a rush with this hand. Like, it's not like I need to flow state quicker that badly, right? I don't know. I don't know what to do here. They're blue-red also. I think I'm going to hold on to my cards. I'm going to be greedy. Greed is good. That's what I always tell everyone. Hey, thanks, Des, by the way. That's really complimentary. I appreciate it. I'm trying to stream about once a week, though it's going to be about 2.5 weeks probably after this stream, unless I stream from like a friend's house in Vegas or something. I'm going on like a 2.5-week trip after tonight. Okay, I'm definitely not killing any 2/2s, given I have artistic process. So we're just going to have to chill. Tricky Ed. Glad to catch a live stream with a set that has magic cards. So you're asking my favorite, like, in this set? It's really early. I've only played each one maybe, like, twice-ish. I mean, I'm not going to say that Prismari isn't the most fun, like, drawing cards and, like, blowing things up. I really like Witherbloom, though. Like, I really enjoy kind of, like, piecing together those little things, like all the little increment, like, gain 1, do I throw away my pest for 2 little bonuses type stuff. I know it's kind of a lame answer, but it is also week 1. I think I'm going to enjoy Witherbloom, Prismari, and Lorehold quite a bit. And I think I'm going to enjoy Silverquill and Quandrix less. Okay, I'm just going to blow up the world, right? This is incredible unless they have Spell Pierce. I would say nobody would play Spell Pierce, but I got Spell Pierce once tonight, but I don't think they're going to have Spell Pierce. Let's go! And the reason for that is the black-white deck is so, like, just like creature, like pump them, tap that, sneak in lethal. It's not really like... I mean, it's interesting, but it's, it's like playing an aggro deck in Constructed. And then the blue-green deck is so, like, big stuff, rampy, that I just think it's like, okay, I won. I had the bigger, better stuff. I do, but I want to be clear. I think all 5 decks are good. I think you should draft Silverquill if it's open. I think you should draft Quandrix if it's open. If that's what's open in my seed, I'll draft Silverquill in the first draft in the Pro Tour, Quandrix in the second. But in terms of personal enjoyment, it's probably going to be like Witherbloom and Prismari are probably the ones I'll enjoy playing the most. Oh, we just have 7, right? Oh, but so we could cast Visionary's Dance, or we could flow state and do something else, and then next turn we could Zaffy into Visionary's Dance. We should just make 2/3/3 flyers. Like, Zaffying out Visionary's Dance is awesome, but we just, like, have 6. We have the ability to put the 2/3/3 flyers in play. We should do it. Because I don't even want to have to take a land off flow state if there's 2 spells. I'll cast Zaffy when I accidentally draw another land. It is true, Flex. I wouldn't play Spell Pierce unless you have Loot and Rummage, because it's still not going to line up all the time. Counter spell for 1 mana is cool when it works, but if it doesn't work half of the time, that's not playable. But there are a lot of 5 mana spells in this format sitting on creatures. So if you have Loot and Rummage, I think you could consider putting Spell Pierce in your deck, because you can get rid of it most of the time that it's dead. Just make sure you have some ways to Loot or Rummage it away. I'm testing with Team Rampant Growth. Okay, so we did not get a land, so let's start with Flow State. Wait, what? I never cast my instant. Ugh, what am I doing? I'm so sloppy. And I should have used Chandler for it. This was horrible. This was a truly terrible play. Thankfully, I'm winning by a lot, but like this was like I'm supposed to mockery first and then flow state. Like this was like ignore this turn, chat. This was like the worst turn of all time. Unless they have like splatter thing or whatever, it's not going to cost me. Obviously, I'm up a lot. I planned that out of my head, but now I'm talking to the chat a little too much. But I appreciate all the good questions. It's fun. And we're winning this game by a lot anyway, as long as they don't have a sweeper. You'll have to ask them. I'm not really sure how they picked the bonus sheet, Matty5. Some of the cards are interesting. Some are usually broken. I think they've tried to not have like a bunch of broken cards because since they're so rare, you can't really play around them or anything. So I think they go for cards that are more flavorful and interesting than broken. But it's a good question for Watsy. Okay. So I can get a spell. I still can't cast Zaffy. I do want a wild idea probably, but I kind of also want to set myself up with Rabble Rouser for next turn, and I think that's probably actually more important. I mean, I'm not going to rummage away either of these cards, so maybe let's deduce first and see what we get. Okay, I can Rabble Rouser away a Rabble Rouser. That's fine. So their 3/3 flyer has a spell attached to it. Mine doesn't. So let's attack, because this would be a favorable trade, since theirs has a spell and mine doesn't. And then make a treasure. Rabble Rouser, the Rabble Rouser. I know I could just cast it. I think this is better. Maybe it's not. Maybe I should just cast it. I have a lot of cards in my graveyard. I can ping them near endlessly. Yeah, I'll just cast it. What are the two good cards on the bonus sheet? Okay, so, I mean, they could definitely have a counter. I guess we could start by attacking with the flyers and seeing what happens. I'm not looking to send the 2 ground creatures and the 3 ground creatures, whatever. And I'm not scared to send the 3/3 flyers here. So that's one spell down, so that makes me feel a little better about Zaffy. Yeah, I think they just want to rock my 5/7, right? Maybe they have... I know I don't have anything to play off it, but it's just a big creature. Maybe they have an answer, maybe they don't. And then next turn I can Wild Idea and get the make 2 3/3 flyers. I've got like 11 mana. Do I have 12? If I could make the 2 3/3 flyers this turn, maybe that's better. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I'm like 1 short. So I think this makes sense. God, I can't believe I missed the second card on Flow State, though. Well, I'm playing so loose. Alright, I'm going to play this because I'm going to sack the clue. Oh, I should have done that on my turn in case I drew a spell I wanted to cast. Well, to be fair on this one, I do kind of want to have some blockers up. They do have this thing. But I probably should have done it. What is this? Flying Ward, pay 5 life. Instants and sorcery spells. You cast have Storm. Looks like we've got a game. Red Blue Elder Dragon. Deal 6, and that's a 7/7. You don't say. Okay, but they have 1 card in hand, so maybe they don't have an instant or sorcery. And I can pay 5 life. So what's going to happen if I attack? Can I even do anything outright about the 7/7? I could bounce it with Prismari Charm. I think that's fine, right? Did I use the charm yet? No. So let's say I tutor for the charm and bounce it and go to 9. And I cast Heated Argument for free and put them to 9. And then I just attack them. I probably kill them the following turn, right? Oh, I could deal 3 and tap. I could just kill them now then. If they don't have something for the 1 mana, I can Heated Argument, deal 3, and tap away all their blockers. And that's lethal, because I can exile a card and deal 2 to them. Alright. I mean, this is way worse if somehow they have something, but the odds are they have nothing, right? So, I guess we'll play this for the 0. Remove something. This is a sweet win, assuming they don't have something. 3 damage to that. Tap the big thing. Got him. Sweet. Not easy to beat. 7/7 ward, 5 life, flying. On tap with it, you probably win the game, you know? Oh, Winds of Abandon is crazy. Yeah. I played the first time that card was in. 6 mana, win the game. Not a card you want to see flying around in limited. Oh, we have the Visionary's Dance. Okay. So, like, I was like, this hand is close. I'm on the draw. Like, probably I should keep. But, like, if we don't draw an island right away, we can just discard this. So, we're not really that worried about it. It's a tough one, Burnator. Still champions. It's been my favorite set for, like, 20 years. Okay, yeah, we're just going to chill here. Not casting Flow State. I have instants and sorceries to put in the yard. I think I'm not going to be greedy this game since they're red-white and they already have something I can kill. I don't think I'm going to need this amount of firepower. I'm just going to put the sorcery in the yard. Now I can put an instant in the yard. I'm not going to, this turn I'm going to play Rabble Rouser, but just, you know, when I'm ready. Maybe I'll just rummage away the Prismari Charm. The odds are not that high. I'm going to need to cast it. Now we already have our instant and sorcery. We're like playing Constructed. We got Flow State fully on turn 4, spending 5 mana on turn 4. Life is good. I mean, if they don't put something in the yard that comes out, I should look for one of my 2 copies of Deal 2 to everything and not burn those. But they did. They put... And this card, Antiquities, in the loose, this card is really good. And they could flash it back next turn. So, I mean, what do we want to do? I mean, I could find it. Like, I could play Muse Seeker and Flow State. If they choose to do something other than Pursue the Past, I can deal 2 to everything potentially. If they Pursue the Past, I still have like my 1/4 to block a 3/3, and all of my removal in hand does 3 or more, so it's not really that different. I think that's probably correct. There's some low chance I get a total blowout next turn. Probably it's not going to line up that way. Now we can get rid of lands. Like, if they choose to just play like other things and not grow those, then I can now artistic process them both away. I don't necessarily expect that to happen, but the reality is, like, it could, and it did. And now I'm going to artistic process away all 3 of their creatures, and this is going to be the greatest thing in the history of Magic. And that's why greed is good. That's why greed is good. Because sometimes you get rewarded. 2 damage to each creature. The game would be over, except they're about to make 2 more 3/3s. I mean, I'm probably going to win. My hand's good. But they also have a lot going here. So this gets prepared when they bring these tokens in. But this doesn't grow when it gets prepared. So I can just kill it, because that's going to use like all their mana. This pumps spirits. This is not a spirit. Okay. So there's no like pressure to kill their thing now. So this turn will Visionary's Dance. I think I should be playing that 1/3 reach. My deck really like pings them, and I'm pretty good at Opus. I feel like cutting that card as the last cut was probably a mistake in hindsight. Okay, so this spell is a sorcery. So like on their upkeep, I probably want to deal 3 to the Enthusiast and tap one of the other ones. So let's set an upkeep stop. Can't just be lazy and burn it now with Violent Outburst, because that would cost me 3 damage potentially. I have not played against Armageddon yet, Embor. Have you? That sounds awful. Having all your lands destroyed. Like, if the other person's up on board, you're just going to lose like every time. That's not a card you want to see floating around in Limited. Juicy Apprentice was nice. I don't really remember my favorite card. I mean, it was, again, 20 years ago. I just love the format. Good to know, Taylor Envy. Yeah. It seems like it would be incredible, because if you're just on the play, you just win every time, right? Like, if you just curve out and then play it at any point when you're up on board, like whatever turn you're up on board, turn 5, whatever, 4, you can sandbag a land or 2, but it's not even really about getting all their lands. It's just like as soon as you're up, you play it, and then there's no lands in play, and you're up on board. Like, it's a ridiculous card. Loxodon's Warhammer was actually not that broken in Mirrodin in block draft, because there was so much artifact kill. Like, people could kill it efficiently a lot of the time. I think it was like reprinted in some core set or something, and then it was totally broken because nobody had artifact kill. I I don't remember the like all the cards well enough like to say what the best card in the set was or anything like that. Armadillo Cloak. Wow, somebody else besides me is old out there. We're talking about Invasion in this stream. What was that, like the year 2000, 2001? Probably I'll Mockery that. I mean, I could theoretically hit a 4-4, but I have Heated Argument if they play something bigger and better, so yeah. If I didn't have Heated Argument in my hand, I probably would play Deduce over Mockery here. Since I do have the Heated Argument in my hand, I don't need to save a deal 4 for a 4-4. Top that, we're way up on board. Counters are good when you're up on board, bad when you're behind on board. This seems like a pretty easy hit them for 6 and wild idea. We still have the 1-4 up to block with, plenty of life. We can leave up Scatter. And then we can go get another, make 2 3/3s if we still have one of those left in our deck, which we do not, but get the best spell we can, whatever it is. Yeah, you could beat a cloak with those. But there was also the common protection creatures. So if they had the right protection creature to cloak up. I remember like cloaking up the green, white, pro black creature against black decks was a nightmare. Obviously, if you're black blue and you had repulse, then it's fine. All right, we got the W. That means we're diamond. We upgraded our level. And now we play for the trophy. This is about what I would have expected out of this deck. I think this deck is clearly good. It's not, like, broken. Like, I tweeted a picture of the last Prismari deck I drafted, and that deck was, like, way better than this one. But I would be happy. Like, I would take this deck in the Pro Tour in a heartbeat. So I feel like 6-2, playing to get the 6-3 or the 7-2 for the trophy, I feel like that's about right for this deck. It's like, you know, the deck's like a 7. The last deck didn't have the loot. You seem a little obsessed with the loot, Embor. Prismari is good, but honestly, this is my #1 advice to you out there at this point in the format, because this is more macro. It's not about like specific cards, so I say this with a pretty high degree of confidence. The decks are all like pretty focused archetypes, so if you can find the open lane in this format, that's going to be really rewarding. Like, I don't think there's going to be a deck I would rather share with somebody else at my table rather than be the only one in my table drafting a deck. You know what I mean? Like, let's hypothetically say, I'm not saying this is the case, but let's just hypothetically say Prismari was the best and Silverquill was the worst. I'd still rather be the only Silverquill player than one of 2 Prismari players, most likely. I think that they did a good job on balance. I think that all 5 of the decks are going to be perfectly fine when you get good versions of them. And I think given they're also synergistic and like kind of, you know, you have all these like uncommons that like that are quite good with the mechanic and all the commons that synergize well with them. If you can be the only one in your pod playing one of the 5 decks, I think that's the key to having a great deck in this format. All right, so I am planning to deal 2 to everything, so I just need to get the Rubble Rouser out. I mean, it would be nice to get the Muse Seeker out too, but like I can't play the Muse Seeker and just hope I top deck a land next turn. So play the Rubble Rouser, and then do I discard Muse Seeker, Mockery, or Heated Argument? I could see an argument for all 3. I'm going to assume that 4 is going to kill anything they're going to play soon. So I'm going to get rid of the Heated Argument. Nobody wants to argue, right? Definitely not me. I love an argument. Can't block that Death Toucher. Come on, 2/2 toughness creatures, just like my last opponent. Do it. Flood the board with little ones. Ah, that's too big. All right, so I think for now I'm going to play the Muse Seeker. I can wait a little bit on the artistic process, because, I mean, I'll draw a card off the Muse Seeker if it lives. So this feels right. I'll hold the land. I still have 3 up for Mockery. Give them another turn to potentially play 2 toughness creatures. They respect the Muse Seeker. Okay, so with that being the case, I'm going to Mockery now so I can get the Rummage and discard this island. So we'll hit their 3/3 since that doesn't die to process. It's almost draw a card. We didn't need that island. Yuck. I guess I'm just going to deal 6 to that. At least they won't see the next one coming if they have more 2 toughness creatures. All right, we're going to get the blowout after all, right? We just had to be patient, y'all. Patience. Do you have patience? I don't have 3 red, so, well, I can filter a mana, but I have exactly 7, so I cannot play the Sonar this turn, right? I'm definitely artistic processing here. But I can't do Sonar and process, right? I could if I had 1 more mana, even if it was blue, and I could if I had a 3rd red, but I'm not in a position to complain at the moment. 2 damage to all your creatures. Hello. All right, so we can play Sonar and use it, or we can play Flow State. Both are pretty good options. You never know if they're going to draw removal for Sonar, so playing it and using it seems probably correct, as long as they don't top deck a discard spell. I mean, I guess if it's discard 1, I still could choose whether to discard Flow State or the card I'm getting, but I'm going to get the make 2 3/3s, so both the cards in my hand I really do not want to discard now. But hopefully they won't top deck a discard spell, because that would be kind of ridiculous here. I don't care at all about Sonar, so definitely blocking. If they play a pump, that's fine. Okay, so now do we want to make 2 3/3s or Flow State? Again, both are pretty good options. I kind of want to make 2 3/3s. I also kind of want to leave the 1/4 up, but then I'd have to play a land, and then if they have a discard spell, I'm going to cry. If I Flow State, then I'll have an extra card in my hand. But I should just get these 2 3/3 flyers in play, right? That's got to be the right play. Like, what are the odds that they draw a discard spell, they're empty-handed? And even if they do, I can close out with these flyers. I'm just traumatized from that last time when this happened to me. I thought I was actually going to win that awesome game with the last deck against Blue-Green when they were way ahead, and then they had the discard spell to take the white pump rare out of my hand. But yeah, this is fine. I have to take the hit. It's not ideal, but like I can Flow State still. I'm going to ping them because I have plenty of cards in my yard. Take this hit, and then we'll see what we draw off this Flow State. Okay, I don't think we need the land, so that's pretty easy. That said, I don't really have blocks on that thing, so this is relatively close race. But I guess for now, we can quick study and play the mascot and just see what we get and take the hit. I mean, we're drawing a lot of cards here. And I mean, I can always flip my creatures out and block when I need to, starting like next turn. They also might just be dead. Double Tome Blast is 4 damage to put them to 7. So if they drew a land, they're just dead. So it looks like we got the trophy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This gets +1 +0 every time. I think that's game if I can still add. Good stuff. Those were some fun games tonight. Like, legitimately. Like, this format's cool. Like, we played a bunch of close, interesting games where I didn't know if I was going to win or lose on turn 10.